And welcome to another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric.
Welcome, everybody, to another Victory Monday. I
These
never
don't get old.
I
Yeah.
never get tired of saying it. I love saying it every Monday. It seems like we're saying it, all but
You know,
one.
I'm hoping on February 13th we get to greet everybody with a nice little Victory Monday, too.
Well, listen, if by some grace of God that does happen, I can pretty much guarantee you I will still be partying.
Yeah,
And probably not. It might have to be a Victory Tuesday because
that's fine.
I may not make it for the Monday show.
That is fine because I'll probably be partying with you.
I was gonna say I would assume you'd be right next to me, buddy.
Yeah.
Uh, but yes, a dominating performance by the Philadelphia Eagles against the division-leading Tennessee Titans. Coming into this game, there was a lot said about our rush defense, and we're going
Oh,
up
yeah.
against Tennessee, and Derrick Henry, and just
Oh, and he's going to eat us for
he's gonna
lunch.
eat us for lunch. The man ended up with 30 yards.
Yeah.
30 yards. Tannehill actually had more yards rushing.
Yeah. I mean, look, every challenge that has been put in front of the Eagles, they have answered and answered emphatically. I mean, if you recall, before the game, when we were out tailgating, I think I threw out a stat line that, like, what if today Jalen Hurts were to come out here, throw for about 400 yards and, 4 touchdowns and the Eagles dominate? Like, where do we, like, at what point do people stop asking questions about the man?
Well, and it seems like there's a level of disrespect
Oh,
nationally,
yeah.
for this team. And, even after, again, dominating a very good Tennessee Titans team,
Hmm.
they still, get questioned. It's still, well, I don't know. They haven't really done anything this year, and blah 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 blah. And it's getting a little tiring, but also, listen, keep disrespecting us. Keep thinking less of us, because every time that you think, oh well, there's no way they're gonna overcome this challenge, and every time that we do, it's just another check mark.
Yeah.
It's another check mark that we can put right in our pocket, and we'll love to bring it out. In the playoffs, and hopefully during the Super Bowl, and hopefully ending the season with one last win. So yeah, I'm okay with it, but like it is getting a little tiring. It's like everybody's hyping up the Cowboys. They won.
Yeah.
I Yeah. Listen, they dominated in the fourth quarter. They ended up blowing the doors off the Colts, but for
Because
two and a
Matt
half.
Ryan decided to go colorblind in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well, yeah, two, almost three quarters worth. The Colts are right there with them.
Yeah.
So listen,
Which, by the way, that happened to the Eagles, and it was, oh, what's wrong with the Eagles? Oh, see, they can be had. They're not that good.
right, yeah. So yeah, exactly. It's funny, I think ESPN, one of them had odds of winning the Super Bowl, and the Cowboys
They'll put the Cowboys ahead of the Eagles.
they're two times better than the odds than we have, and it's like, well, mathematically, I'm not sure how that works, because even if all accounts say that we should at this point win the division, so,
Right.
and all accounts are also saying that we're most likely going to have the first round bye. So if that is the case, we have one last game to play.
And both games will be at home.
And again, both games are at home, so I'm not sure how they think those odds stack better for the Cowboys and the Eagles, but I guess that's someone else's job to figure out. But yeah, it's a little funny.
Yeah, I don't get it. And I mean, not only would they have to be on the road in every game, most likely they'd have to go to like at least 2 different time zones to win games. Hey, bud.
Somebody's not feeling all that well today.
Aw. Sorry to hear that, big guy.
Say hi to Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, bud.
All right. Do you mind if Daddy talks more about the Eagles? Okay. Thank you, bud. Yeah, so listen, it was just a great game.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts were absolutely electric. What a great game for A.J. Brown against his former team. Like, talk about just, I'm sure at the end of the game in the locker room, I'm sure he was just grinning ear to ear, just going,
Oh, yeah.
y'all effed up big time. Y'all
Oh,
effed
yeah.
up.
You know he's gotta absolutely love that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny. Before the game, I remember saying to a couple people, like, I've had my issues with gambling this year. I haven't been doing very well recently, so I kind of took a break from it.
1-800 Gambler.
Of course, I said, I'm just like, if I were betting today's game, I would do something with like a same game parlay. I said it beforehand so that I could then, so no one could say, oh, well, you just say that because it happened. But I said,
Right.
man, I take A.J. Brown anytime touchdown score, A.J. Brown over in receptions and receiving yards. And I said, I'd probably go Jalen Hurts over in passing yards. And, man, it all would have hit.
I remember you did say that. I can vouch for you. Sadly, you picked the wrong week to quit gambling.
Oh, I know. This is the one week because I love to pick favorites because, everybody inevitably does. And this was the one week where almost every favorite won. I probably would have cleaned up.
Man, but talk about your luck.
But you know what? If I had done it, it wouldn't have worked out for me.
Yeah.
But that's just the way this week
We're not betting. In fact, if you could not bet the rest of the year, that'd be great. Don't ruin this for us.
Well, I had been betting all the way up to this point this year, and they still kept winning.
I mean, listen, you do whatever you think you want to do.
I always do.
That you do. So you know, man.
Does that spell Cowboys?
No. Why would it spell Cowboys?
Ooh. No.
Which one? Right here?
No.
Right here? Right there? Or on the bottom?
Up on the middle.
In the middle, it says Eagles.
Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah, because we're talking Eagles. You like the Eagles, right? Who's your favorite Eagle?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's a hard choice because there's a lot of players.
What a great answer.
Good kid.
Jalen Hurts. Do you like Jalen Hurts?
And Carson.
I know, you still like Carson Wentz. That's okay.
Good kid.
That's okay. What about Brian Dawkins? Yeah. What about Devontae Smith? No, you don't like Devontae Smith? Never heard of him? Okay.
That's annoying.
Okay. What about Miles Sanders? You heard of him. He's on your wall. And you have his jersey. Yeah. Well, speaking of, Miles Sanders, definitely it's going to be a tough game for him on the ground.
Yeah.
Obviously the Titans do have a very good rush defense. And, yeah, Eagles really didn't. Honestly, they didn't really even attempt to try and run the ball.
No, they were just airing it out.
Everything was working so great on in the air that they honestly had very limited rush attempts. Hurts himself had, I think, officially 5 attempts for like 12 yards. Sanders, again, only had 20 or 30 yards. Very limited attempts. But A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith
Yeah, they kind of went off.
kind of went off. Both got 100 yards. They did really well. Watkins made some nice catches. Even, Stoll and Calcaterra got involved a little bit. But I do want to talk about this defense, especially this rush defense. I mean, they literally shut down one of the better running backs in this league. The Russian king. The guy is neck and neck with Saquon Barkley as far as leading the league in rush yards, and we held him to 30 yards. Like 30 yards. That's like really hard to do.
Look, I remember saying beforehand, the Eagles have to key in and stop Derrick Henry and make Ryan Tannehill beat you. And if he beats you, then God bless.
Yeah, right. And he didn't. He was efficient for a little bit.
Sure.
Treylon Burks' injury probably pretty helped when you take out your best weapon through the air. He's certainly been emerging the last couple of weeks. So that certainly helped, although, he did get hurt on the touchdown.
Right.
But it's he couldn't do anything. In fact, the only thing he could do was, timely runs, getting
every now and then, the gaps would open up and he'd just be able to take off. Yeah.
But also what I noticed, and I confirmed this later, we saw a lot, and I say a lot considering that we really haven't seen much of him at all. We saw a lot of Nakobe Dean, finally.
Right. Well, the injury to Kazir White.
Right. I mean, that obviously factored and was the main reason. But, man, he literally had 15 snaps. 15. That's it.
Yeah, and led the team in tackles.
Tackle for loss. And there's this video of him busting through the line, getting clearly held by a Titans offensive lineman, and still making a tackle one-handed on Derrick Henry.
You get one hand and bring down Derrick Henry.
Right.
You're doing something.
Beautiful. It is beautiful. And listen, I think Kaiser White has done a pretty decent job. Started out real hot, kind of fizzled a bit, a little inconsistent the last couple of weeks. Listen, I wouldn't be the most upset if White had to miss a game and Dean took his place. And we really got to see a full game of Dean to see exactly what he's got right next to TJ Edwards, who has been playing at a Pro Bowl level.
TJ Edwards has been playing at a
Pro Bowl level. Great for him because, he may get paid in the open market this offseason if he chooses not to re-sign with the Eagles. But I would love to see Dean and Edwards out there, and let's just see a full game from Dean because he had 15 snaps and he was that impactful. Against, a very good run defense. He was very integral in that. Obviously Jordan Davis was back. That certainly helped. Obviously,
what a difference having him back.
He was limited, obviously, as they wanted to kind of slow play his return. Sure. But, again, the limited snaps that he got, impactful. And it's only going to ramp up, each week. Who knows? Maybe it might be, full on Jordan Davis next week at this point. But, I mean, right now, flying high, 11-1. We have a huge matchup coming up next week in New York versus the Giants. Then we get, a little break, if you will, against the Bears. And then again, right back to it with probably the most important game of the year. And that is the Christmas Eve game, Saturday night against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to that matchup. And that's all anybody's going to be talking about, really, probably for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because, look, this team, the Giants are struggling right now. They've had some injuries. Of course, the loss to the Cowboys, and then they tie Washington yesterday.
Yeah, they're
And they're on the struggle bus right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, they started off so hot and they were down to earth. As you know, most people definitely assumed they would probably going to be the basement of the NFC East. They still may, when it comes down to it, but they also still may make the playoffs. So
right, that's the thing. It could be the last place team in the NFC East, but still make the playoffs.
Right. I mean, as of last week, they were all slated to make the playoffs. I think
the tie probably helped them.
Honestly, it probably did. It honestly probably did because that you kind of almost have like a half game up because there's not a lot after the Giants when it comes to in the hunt, if you will, for the playoff picture for the NFC. And
after you get past the Giants and Washington, who are the next teams in the hunt?
They're at least 2 games off.
Yeah, as much as the Giants are struggling down the stretch, they're probably making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Atlanta is at 5-7, and they're the next one, kind of in the hunt, just outside the playoff picture, because obviously they have a better shot of winning the division because that division is trash.
Yeah.
Which is a little scary because, we obviously worry about the Saints. You okay? Your throat?
Still hurts.
I'm sorry, buddy. So they obviously have. I'm a little worried about the Saints. Saints,
hopefully the Bucs can handle business tonight.
Yeah, I mean this will kind of break their back.
Yeah,
hopefully, and kind of really put some separation between the Bucs and that rest of that division, because that's again that's what we need. You okay? You want to go lay down?
No.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
I don't want to be here. Oh.
Okay. I love it. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You don't feel good.
I'm sorry you don't feel good, bud.
Want to say go Birds?
Go Birds.
Aw, go Birds.
I don't know how we're supposed to follow that.
Yeah, I was going to say this was just one of those things as live shows go.
Nothing can go wrong when we're live.
Parenting goes, unfortunately. And this is the season, not the Christmas season. It's the
it's the flu season,
It's getting sick season, so.
Yeah.
Well,
we get it all out of his system before Christmas.
Well, that is the hopeful goal, obviously. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, look, that is what it is. Kids gonna get sick, and kids need their parents when they're sick. So
that is true. So, well, listen, huge game coming up against the Giants. There was a chance that it could have been flexed to Sunday night, but they ended up with Miami and Kansas City. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
The M spell.
What?
The M spell.
What M?
That.
What, the thing on the bottom scrolling?
What does that spell?
It says, make sure you follow the Philly Sports Alliance on all social media platforms.
That's a long word.
I know, it's a long sentence.
What did the go mean for?
Right here?
Yeah.
It says, go Birds. Go Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. All right, well, I don't know.
Clearly, we're not gonna get much more done tonight.
Well, yeah, that's okay.
It's all good, bud.
We have a busy week here on the Philly Sports Alliance. I know the TPL guys, especially Dives, is putting more content out for the draft. And in fact, I believe after the Birds of the Round Table, I think I'll be joining him for a college preview show as well. So make sure that you are following us on Facebook and YouTube. It's probably the best two places to catch us. Obviously, following us on Twitter as well at the handle up there, Philly Sports PSA. And put on your automatic notifications for Facebook because we're constantly pumping out shows. The TPL guys are constantly pumping out shows. So please check those out. Give us likes, follow, shares. We absolutely love sharing all of our Facebook space with the Painted Lines guys. So check them out. They put out great content, especially if you're a Birds fan, especially if you're a Sixers fan too. They do a lot of great post-game live stuff. So check that out. But yes, tomorrow, broadcast at 7, Birds of the Round Table at 8, and then I believe the college football playoff preview at 9. So I got a busy day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
So if I don't get a call between those hours, I know why. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Keep your phone ready. You're on standby.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm slated to be a part of another show tomorrow evening. So, yeah, I'm sure I can blow those guys off. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Where are your priorities at?
Oh, obviously, always with us. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, folks. Well, sorry for the short show. Let me go take care of this little guy. Get him.
Anybody who's watched will understand. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. No, I appreciate it as always. But go Birds. Great win. Dominating win. Statement game, if you will. Hopefully, it hasn't happened yet, but hopefully we'll get a little respect nationally one of these days.
Christmas Eve, when we become the Grinch that stole Christmas.
I mean, that's the only way it's the only way it's going to happen because we just got to shut up everybody who just hops on the Cowboys bandwagon and just nationally.
I will say I worry a little bit about the Bears game, and that being a little bit of a trap game. Yeah, you have the Giants, and then we go to Chicago before going to Dallas.
Yeah,
and that's the one that kind of sneaks up on me and says that could be a trap moment.
Sure. I think that'll be very dependent on whether or not Justin Fields is playing.
Sure.
But yeah, no, I have often thought that was the trap game. And again, I think Eagles clearly have faced all challenges and jumped all hurdles here. So I expect them to.
Yeah, no reason to believe they wouldn't now.
Yeah, exactly. Handle their business. So, but yeah, on to the Giants. Sunday again, another fantastic 1:00 game. God, I love 1:00 games so much.
Me too.
Especially this
Wish
year.
we could have some more home 1:00 games.
Yeah, right. Tell me about it. I feel like all of our
4 freaking primetime games this year.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it more this week on the Philly Sports Alliance on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and anywhere where you get your podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So yeah, that'll do it for us. Short show, but we'll be back. Make sure you tune in and put on those automatic notifications. Eric, anything to add before we bounce on out of here?
Nah.
Okay. Ronan, anything to add before we get out of here? No. It's a good starting a new streak.
All right, there we go. Good job, kid.
Streak of 1. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for joining us. and we'll get this little guy feeling better, right, buddy? You want to say go Birds? You want to say no? You just want to say go Birds?
Go Birds.
You want to say it louder?
Go Birds.
Yeah, that was a little bit louder. That counts. All right, everybody.
Get feeling better.
Let me say thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We will see you guys next week for another episode of the Football Smack Talk Show. But I will see you tomorrow all night, basically, as I'm just going to do show after show after show. Yeah, that should be interesting. Hopefully he's feeling a little bit better that I can actually do that. Otherwise,
I got you.
So, all right, everybody. Have a great week. Enjoy the Victory Monday. Enjoy the Victory Week as we take another round and another win. So let's hope we can continue and beat the Giants, which would be pretty huge. It'll give us some nice separation. So, but yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. So for the Football Smack Talk Show, I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Eric. Happy football, everybody.
Go Bears.